going to have a lot of different looks. Look for her to be frustrated tonight.
Just moments away from tip-off. We are glad you can be with us. Again, our official tournament website, www.tortola2015.com. You can get complete tournament schedules, game recaps, scores, and statistics for both the women's and men's tournaments. The men start next Monday.
And for those of you who couldn't hear the introduction, the Jamaican team have a large contingent here, as there's a lot of local Jamaicans living here on the island of the British Virgin Islands.
Supporters for both nations making some noise after their respective national anthems were played.
I haven't heard any of the horns tonight, so that's a good sign.
Oh, I know there's a couple. I can already see them in the bleachers across from us. Ball is in the air, and we are underway. Our officials tonight, Robinson Aracena, Michael Peniston, and Jose Baroa. Nibs in the corner. And BVI nearly turns it over on their first possession. Joy Victor now inside. Free throw line jump shot is no good by Tiffany Jennings, and here come the Jamaicans. Gordon, 10 to shoot, had it poked away but gets it back. She drives, hangs in the lane, catches her own shot, goes up, has it blocked, and then taken away. Nice defense by BVI. Good work inside by Tefera Phillip.
Farrah Phillips, the twin sister of Tamara Phillips. They're going to have to do a lot of work today if they're going to keep this British Virgin Islands team in the game.
You talk about them being sisters as the first shot goes up by Tamara Phillip, and she hits, and you hear the loud roar of the BVI contingent as BVI goes up 3-0 on the long tray. Bahamas answers. Inside, that was Althea Byfield.
Jennifer George is going to be a problem for this British Virgin Islands team all night, as she's very crafty down low.
Now Tamara misses the runner, but Tefera with the follow, that won't go, and then ripped out of there by Jennifer George, and a tie-up called. We talked briefly about the twin sisters for BVI, and Tamara and Tefera Phillip. There are 3 Gordons on the roster for Jamaica. You have a little information about them.
I thought they were sisters. I was told not, so I said, okay, they must be cousins. I was told they're not even related.
Not even cousins. Now Smith, between the legs dribble, kicks it out. 3 on the way. That's no good. Rebound taken nicely by Tefera Phillip. Now coming up the left side is Tiffany Jennings. Getting it to Tefera, working on Byfield. Hands it to Joy Victor. Shot fake, and she travels. I think she traveled and double dribbled, might have even carried. She picked up her
violations.
dribble. Yeah, she picked up her dribble, and then the defense split, and she thought, no, maybe they won't notice. Now the pass inside goes off the right hand of Jennifer George, and that's a turnover for Jamaica. BVI leading 3-2, 7:35 to play, first quarter.
British Virgin Islands picking up man-to-man full court as they're going to try to wear down this short bench from the British Virgin Islands.
Tamara, guarded by Mitchell, up near midcourt. Tamara looking for help. Now she accelerates. Free throw line jump shot, and nothing but net for Tamara Phillip.
Tamara Phillips is one of those players that you come to the gym to see. She's in highlight reel.
And another turnover for Jamaica. It's a 2-on-1 break. Tamara has the pass intercepted by Shanika Smith. And back at the other end, it's Jennifer George with the easy left-hand layup. And Jamaica to within 1 at 5-4. Jennings across the midcourt line, getting it to Tamara Phillip. Here comes the screen by Nibs. Spinning move by Tamara. Beautiful spinning drive by Tamara Phillip. And she gives BVI a 7-4 lead. There's the horns that we've been talking about.
Phillips came to play tonight, Craig, and she's going to try to will her team to a victory tonight.
Free throw line jumper by Byfield, no good. Rebound to Farah Phillip. Now Joy Victor, right wing. To Farah, out near midcourt. Working on Shanika Smith, driving, getting it to Nibs. Three-pointer on the way, that's no good. Rebound Jennifer George. Pass up ahead. Althea Byfield over the outstretched arm of Nibs, catches it and puts it up and in. And Jamaica back to within one at 7-6.
Tyler Nibs doing her best job to get back. She just didn't have the size against the bigger George.
Tafara, right wing. Hounded by Byfield. Tries to get it to Jennings and stolen by Jennifer George. Beautiful pass cross court, and now Jamaica has the lead. Gorgeous pass from George to Smith, and it's an 8-7 lead for the Jamaicans, their first lead of the game with 5:22 to play in the first quarter. Tamara Phillip around the screen by her twin sister. Now around a screen by Jennings. Back toward midcourt. Three on the way. That's off and taken out of there by Tarita Gordon. First time we've called her name. Now the pass just about intercepted. Now Smith puts up the jumper. No. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to remain to Jamaica.
Beautiful hustle play by Christina Mitchell. And she was able to go up and get the deflection. Hit the ball off of Tamara Phillip.
Frenetic action here early with 4:52 to play in the first. BVI benefiting from the energy, but in the long run, you'd have to think, Cal, that that's going to benefit Jamaica because they're a deeper and more athletic team.
It's obvious that the coach from the British Virgin Islands wants his team to push the ball. I'm a little disagreeing with that. I think if you have a team that's a little better, you want to keep the game at a slow-paced game to try to keep yourself close.
Maybe a little Georgetown-Villanova type action. Now the shot by Jennifer George, no good at the other end. Tamara Phillip, her short jumper won't go. Now a three is up and hitting the side of the backboard. And now Tarita Gordon goes in. She gets bumped, no call. But therefore the putback is Jennifer George.
Jennifer George in there cleaning up the boards, as she's already have about 3 offensive rebounds.
10-7 in favor of Jamaica. Jennings loses the handle. Here comes Smith. She tries to make the pass, threading the needle, and it goes off the foot of Tamara Phillip, and it's a 3-on-2 for BVI. Nibs goes high off the backboard, won't go. Rebound, Christina Mitchell. She throws the long outlet pass. Tarita Gordon goes to the rack, no. And Tafaro with the rebound. Here comes Nibs, and a foul called on Jennifer George.
Craig, the pace of this game is so fast. I'm tired. You've got to think that this pace benefits the Jamaican team.
Now Lamont and Larita Gordon in for Althea Byfield and Shanika Smith. And BVI takes timeout. I think they want to catch their breath a little bit too. We'll catch our breath. It's the final game of preliminary round play at the 2015 Caribbean Basketball Confederation Women's Championships in Roadtown. 33 to play first quarter. Jamaica leading in the host nation and host for this game, as BVI is the home team in their white uniforms. Jamaica in black, trimmed with yellow. 10-7 in favor of the Jamaicans. BVI with a lot of energy so far. Tamara Phillip. Around the screen by Joy Thomas. Long deuce on the way and good by Tiffany Jennings.
Remember, Tiffany Jennings was the one that got this BVI team a little spark yesterday. Let's see if she can keep that up today.
Skip past it to Rita Gordon. She tries to get inside, and it's taken by Tiffany Jennings. Here comes Tamara Phillip. Little skip move around Larita Gordon. Won't go. And they're going to say Jamaica touched it out of bounds. It's going to be BVI ball.
Tamara Phillips with that Euro step, unable to finish.
Tamara Phillip working on LaDonna Lamont. Shot goes up, no. Putback blocked. That was Jennifer George, I believe, on the block. Here comes Tarita Gordon. Pass ahead to Larita, now to George. She can't handle it. It's going to go to BVI.
Jennifer George had a chance to get the ball, but she thought it was off of the BVI defender. The referee said, no way, it's off of you.
Talked about it a little during the last game. I think the officiating in this tournament thus far has been outstanding.
I've played in a lot of FIBA tournaments, Craig, and I have to agree with you.
Three-point attempt by Tefera Phillip, blocked, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. I just came here after spending 22 days in China watching basketball under FIBA rules and with officials playing FIBA rules in that area. I don't know if they were FIBA officials. I assume they were, but the officiating there was atrocious. These officials here have been outstanding. 10-9, Jamaica with a 1-point lead. Minute 54 to play first quarter. Now a blocked shot by Tamara Phillip, and BVI is running. They've got a 3-on-1, lob ahead to Jennings. She lets the defender blow by, and BVI now has an 11-10 lead.
Tiffany Jennings is small in stature, but she's a giant at heart.
So BVI gets the lead back, 11-10. Now a nice jump shot by Larita Gordon.
That was a tough shot. The defender in her face. Good defense, better offense.
You can hear the Jamaican fans chanting defense. Phillip goes high off the glass, actually goes over the backboard, and she draws the foul. That is going to be on Tarita Gordon. Shanika Smith back in. Darrier Malone in for BVI. Fahey back in as well.
With the Jamaican team playing man, I would expect the BVI coach at some point to just call flat and let Tamara Phillips go 1-on-1.
Tefera hits the first free throw to give BVI a tie, at least temporarily. And now the lead. She has hit all of her free throws in this tournament so far. And it's a 13-12 lead for BVI with 1 minute to play in the first period. Now Shanika Smith driving baseline, cut off nicely. Now Larita Gordon over to Tarita Gordon. Back to Larita, 9 to shoot. Around the screen by Byfield. 4 to shoot, 3 on the way. That's no good. Rebound to the BVI, and they're running again. Malone loses her footing, and here comes Tarita Gordon back the other way. She's fouled, and the shot goes. If you're going to foul on a layup like that, you better make sure they don't get that shot up because that was too easy.
You got to make it a little tougher on the Jamaican team. That's just giving them buckets.
Foul called on Joyanne Thomas, her first, and Jamaica takes a 14-13 lead.
Coach from the Bahamas, Coach Mack, as I call her, is in the stands scouting as she's probably looking to see what this Jamaican team have as she expects to play them in the finals.
Free throw is no good. It remains 14-13. 25 seconds to play. Tamara around the screen from Tefera. 8 to shoot, kicks into the corner. 3 on the way, no good. Thomas fights for the rebound, but Shanika Smith comes away with it. She pushes it up, 3 on the clock, 2. To Rita, not paying attention to the clock. She says, my fault. Jamaica does not get a final shot off at the end of the quarter, and that's how the first quarter was going to end. 14-13 in favor of Jamaica, but BVI more than game here in this final game of the preliminary round of the 2015 Women's Caribbean Basketball Confederation Championships at the Multi-Purpose Sports Complex in Roadtown on Tortola in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. We're back in 2 minutes. British Virgin Islands with an impressive effort in the first quarter, playing Jamaica to within 1 at 14-13, and it's been all effort and energy and hustle for the British Virgin Islands. Cal, can they keep this pace up to stay with Jamaica?
I don't think they can, Craig. This is a very, very fast-paced game. It's just like horse racing. If you come out the gates too fast, by that last stretch, you don't have any energy left. I think the British Virgin Islands are feeding off of this energy right now. Hopefully they can keep it up. I don't think they can.
On the other hand, if you let the other horse get away early, you might not be able to reel him in. So I guess you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't. We'll see if BVI can keep it up and feed off the energy of this crowd for the remainder of this game. Zandria Dell has checked in now for Jamaica. And now
the technical difficulties with the shot that keeps the stats for the game.
Yeah, they're calling the teams back to their benches, I should say, as the FIBA officials at the scorers table work to fix the stat program. The stat program essentially is a redundancy because you have several people hand scoring the game, several FIBA officials, 3 that I can count, probably more, and the computer scorer is what you see online on FIBALivestats.com when you click on the scoreboard at the top of the Tortola 2015 website. It takes you to FIBALivestats.com, and that provides a live statistical update of the games in action. There are several other FIBA tournaments going on around the world. We're not sure if that has anything to do with some of these technical difficulties, if everybody's having problems.
I think it more so have to do with the computer that they're using. And let me tell you, Craig, I know for a fact it's not an easy job doing the computer stat. I work with a company called Basketball Travelers, and they have one of the best computer stats men in the world in the name of Paul Hemmel. And if you don't have a good spotter, it's going to be very difficult. There's so many things going on at the same time that you need somebody that knows the game that's going to be able to tell you the different things that's going on the floor.
In my role in the States, I've had to put several scorers tables together like that, and that's indeed quite an understatement, actually. You need a good scorer, you need a good spotter, and you need somebody who understands not only the program but understands basketball as well. As a player, Cal, sometimes you get delays like this because of the scoreboard is out, or there's a problem with the lights, or something else weird is going on. As a player, how does that affect you?
Well, it hurts the team that have the momentum going at that time. British Virgin Islands was feeding off a lot of energy, so they probably will be the team that's hurt most for delay like this.
Of course, that may give them a little bit extra of a rest, too. All right, we get the thumbs up from the scorer's table, and we are just about to resume play. At least this break took place between quarters rather than during play. Now Fahey couldn't quite catch it cleanly. She gets it back between the rings. To her left. Derriere Thomas has the three-point shot, fall short, but BVI gets the rebound. 5 to shoot. Tefera Phillip tries to get the pass. It's stolen by Mitchell. Tefera Phillip fouls Mitchell on the way up, and Mitchell comes up a little gimpy.
And if you don't follow FIBA rules very often, it's the norm when the shot hits the rim for it to reset in 24. FIBA rules, if it's an offensive rebound to get the ball, it goes back to 14 seconds. I heard somebody screaming on the side, reset to 24, reset, but I don't think they know the difference between FIBA rules and the regular rules.
Well, again, we spoke of the officials when we took the tour of China. Half the games that reset to 14, half the games that reset to 24.
I always expect the unexpected in FIBA.
That is true. Now George getting it out to Smith. Smith, the 14-footer, is no good. Rebound taken underneath by Nibbs. She gets it ahead. Some nifty ball handling by Shaliqua Fahey, but she loses the handle. And here comes Jamaica back the other way. Tarita Gordon. Shot by Jennifer George, blocked and taken out of there by Tefera. Beg your pardon, that was Tamara Phillip. That got the crowd buzzing, as neither team has yet to score here in the second. And now a steal by Zandria Dell.
Little frustration foul there, as Shaliqua Fahey turned the ball over and committed the foul. Tamara Phillips is all over the place. And she was the one that got that block.
Now the drive and the attack by Tarita Gordon. No good. Rebound by Tefera Phillip, and Shanika Smith draws the foul.
And there goes the horns.
I wonder if, as an official part of this tournament, we can lodge an official complaint and say it's disruptive to the broadcast. And have those horns.
You would get with that one.
Can always try. The worst they can say is no and possibly laugh at us, but I've been laughed at before. As the horns continue to mock me. And now a foul called against Zandria Dell. Still 14-13, still no scoring in the second quarter as of yet. Tefera hands it to Tamara. Her floater from the baseline won't go. Tefera's follow won't go either. Zandria Dell comes away with the rebound. George lets the pass go by. Shanika Smith all by herself, screaming for the ball, but they did not see her along the baseline.
She's still jumping for the ball.
Ball was out of bounds and the play was dead for a couple seconds and she was still jumping around.
BVI lucking up on that one. As Shaniqua Smith was wide open on the backside.
And she was kind of jumping around with a smile on her face. She wasn't doing it angrily, especially after the play was over. It's not like she was trying to show up her teammates. Now she gets the ball in the corner, misses the baseline 15-footer. But Jamaica retains the rebound. Nice work by Jennifer George. Dell finding George. 5 to shoot now. Back out to Dell. Ball stolen on the pass by Nibbs. Here comes BVI back the other way. Tamara feeds Nibbs underneath. Her layup attempt won't go. Jennings is there for the putback, and she gives BVI the lead at 15-14.
This BVI team is showing pure will and heart right now. Are they giving this hometown crowd something to cheer about?
7 minutes to play, second quarter. Shanika Smith driving. Her banker will go. Tough shot by Shanika Smith.
That was a very tough shot by Shanika Smith. Going to the left side, shooting with the right hand.
Shanika easy to spot out on the floor. She's got kind of a distinctive hairstyle. Kind of shaved around the sides and then kind of pulled to a ponytail on top and dyed kind of orangish blonde. Very cool looking, lovely young lady.
Maybe we can get you to put a hairstyle in there for the next game, Craig.
I would have no problem with that. Anybody who knows me on Facebook has seen my dyed blonde hair look last year. Wasn't that long though. I'd be willing to give it a try. I'll tell you what, I'll do it if you will. I don't think either one of us has enough hair on top to do it. Maybe we should do the goatees.
I'm gonna have to go with a red though. I'm gonna have to go with a red color.
Red? Craig and Cal's hair tips brought to you by. Now the lob to Gordon from the inbound pass. Her shot is blocked. She catches it on the way down and is called for the travel.
I'm a little impressed with the defense of this BVI team tonight. A lot of energy, very aggressive, a lot of hands.
They are definitely undersized, and they're not quite as quick as the Jamaicans, but they have been their equal so far. Joy Victor can't get the pass. It's knocked out of bounds by Mitchell. It will stay BVI ball. Two to shoot, following the inbound pass. The jumper, no good. Jennings fights for the rebound, and she's going to get called for the foul as Tarita Gordon goes down following the rebound. 5:44 to play, second quarter, 16-15 in favor of the Jamaicans. Shanika around the screen twice to Gordon. Then she feeds Gordon on the beautiful screen roll. Nice pass from Shanika Smith to Jennifer Gordon, and Gordon scores easily. And it's now a 3-point lead for Jamaica, 18-15.
Beautiful possession by Jamaica, as George was the one who set that screen and slipped to the basket for the EV2.
She lulled BVI to sleep a little bit because she didn't roll after the first screen. Now George has her shot blocked. A lot of contact underneath, no call, as Tamara Phillip comes up hobbling at the other end. Now Nibs has her shot blocked, but she travels before she actually got the shot up.
That's not a good sign for BVI, as Tamara Phillips has been nursing a sore Achilles all tournament.
She seems to be moving okay now, but those Achilles can be awfully tricky.
She didn't even practice the last two shoot-arounds.
Now Shanika with the three-pointer, no good. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be BVI ball. 18-15 lead for Jamaica. 4:47 to play. And despite the fact that the pace has been up and down the floor, there's not a lot of scoring. And that benefits BVI. We're back in a minute. (18-15) in favor of Jamaica. 4:47 to play, second quarter, here at the Multi-Purpose Sports Complex in Roadtown on Tortola. We are in the preliminary round finale between the British Virgin Islands and Jamaica. Jamaica challenging every pass. BVI's got to put a shot up. They do. It just about goes in. Tefera threw one up from the left wing. Shanika just looks so poised out there. Shanika Smith. Tarita Gordon now from the corner. Her three won't go. Rebound taken by Tamara Phillip. We saw Tamara hobbled a little bit earlier. She seemed to be running okay there. As a three-pointer goes down, and we are tied again at 18.
Jennings might be my favorite player in this tournament. She's small, but as I said, she's big and hard.
What's the saying? It's not the size of the dog in the fight, the size of the fight in the dog.
Well, Jennings
is showing a lot of fight indeed. And now a foul. Non-shooting variety. Although now BVI in the bonus.
A low-score game favors BVI. The lower they can keep this score,
absolutely,
the better their chances are.
Jennifer George trapped at the free throw line, and now a foul away from the ball. I think they're going to get at Nibs. They do.
Nibs is a big, bulky player, but she's giving away at least 3 to 4 inches on the taller George.
Oh, at least. Nibs, for as much physicality as she has, though, she's very quick and she handles the ball very well.
I watched them practice 2 days ago, and I was told by the coaching staff that she's the fastest player on the team.
Wow.
And for those of you who can't see the game, she's also the biggest player on the team. So very impressive for a player her size.
Shanika Smith over talking with Coach Timothy Eaton. Shanika looks like she could be Kobe Bryant's sister. They have a very strong facial resemblance. Or am I just making that up?
I can see the resemblance.
3 to shoot. Banker off the glass won't go. Tefera's follow won't go. Tamara fought for the rebound. Beg your pardon, that was Joy Victor, but she could not corral it. Now Shanika. Pass deflected and stolen by Tamara. 1-on-3. She jets past 2 defenders, goes up over the third, draws the foul on on Loretta Gordon, and Tamara Phillips will go to the free throw line for a pair.
Tamara Phillips very active on defense as she's got her hands wide open in that lane. Able to draw down to the other end, draw the contact. She goes to the line and shoot 2.
Tamara can give BVI the lead back. She misses the first. Now the best she can do is tie. 2:54 to play second quarter. Boy, after hearing these horns, I say bring back the Vuvuzela. Tamara misses them both. Tarita Gordon, almost a carry. Her shot blocked, though, and taken out of there by BVI.
And there she is, my favorite player, Jennings.
And then a steal by Loretta Gordon. She goes up. Tamara Phillip almost forces the miss, but now Jamaica up 3, 21-18, 2:25 to play in the half.
Tamara Phillip looking a little winded out there.
Well, she's trying to do everything. Now the pass deflected, and it's going to remain BVI ball. Tefera inbounds to her sister. 2:10 to play. Tamara around the screen. The floater won't go. Rebound. A pair of BVI rebounders had position, but it went off of their hands and out of bounds. That's going to be Jamaica ball. 2:04 to play.
You can tell that Jamaica team is keying in on Tamara Phillips now that she beat the one defender, but was met by another.
Cal, has Jamaica gotten away from their game plan at all? Or is BVI really just playing with so much energy and abandon that they're keeping it close?
Right now, I think both teams are playing off a lot of energy. You don't see a lot of offensive sets from both teams. I'm pretty sure in the second half, the coach is going to talk to them and get the ball back, settle down.
Now Fahey back in for BVI, and Byfield will check in for Jamaica. Jennings sits down for BVI. And LaDonna Lamont finds a seat on the bench for Jamaica. Shanika Smith hits the first free throw, and it's a 4-point lead for Jamaica, 22-18.
Shanika Smith has a beautiful stroke.
She is so poised and athletic. She strokes them both. 5-point lead for Jamaica. Minute 40 to play, second quarter. Tamara Phillip over to Shaliqua Fahey. Fahey has some trouble with the dribble. She's hounded by Loretta Gordon. Little crossover, wows the crowd. Bank shot won't go. Jamaica with the rebound. And then a blocked shot.
What a block by Tafara Phillips as she's told Gordon to get that shot out of here.
Tarita Gordon got it to Loretta Gordon along the baseline. Loretta went up and had her stuff absolutely thrown back into her face. 16 to shoot for the Jamaicans on the reset. Loretta now bumped by Keithry Smith.
It's a bad
Smith
foul.
draws the foul.
Bad foul by Keith Reese-Smith.
What unbelievable energy in this building. You wouldn't think there would be this much energy in a 23-18 game in the second quarter, but both sets of fans really into it.
Got to tell you, I'm very impressed with this British Virgin Islands team. As I personally didn't think the game was going to be close, they've proved me wrong.
Free throw by Loretta Gordon is good, and it's a 6-point Jamaica lead, 24-18. Make it 7. I think that's the biggest lead of the game now for Jamaica, 25-18. Now Tamara Phillip has to pick up the dribble, gives it to Tefera. 1 minute to play in the second quarter. Tefera ball handling. She wants the ISO on Jennifer George. High off the glass, no. Rebound taken by BVI, and it's a shot clock violation as Jamaica never established possession, so being that the ball never hit the rim, that is a shot clock violation. Good awareness by the officials. Jamaica ball, 49.3 to play in the half. Tarita Gordon. The fadeaway by Smith won't go.
Smith with a plethora of moves. That's not an easy shot to make off of that 1 foot. What beautiful defense.
And then Smith just about had the complete pick of the pocket and fast break. And she slams the floor in frustration. The foul, meanwhile, called on Danielle Johnson. 27.1 to play in the second quarter. Jamaica with a 7-point lead at 25-18. Shaliqua Fahey to inbound. She gets it to Tefera Phillip. 10 on the shot clock. Tefera driving. Kicks it out to Keith Reese-Smith. She's trapped in the corner. Now Tefera with 3. Has to put it up. And again, a 24-second violation. Good defense by the Jamaicans. Perhaps a little bit of a lack of awareness by the BVI.
2 shot clock violations in a row. British Virgin Islands not able to get an offensive set the last couple possessions.
So 5 left in the half. Tarita Gordon puts it up. No good. Rebound taken by BVI, and that's how the first half is going to end. What an entertaining first half. I don't know that I've ever said that about a 25-18 half, but it sure was exciting. The action was back and forth. The teams exchanged the leads throughout the half, and only at the very end did Jamaica pull up by as many as 7 points at 25-18. We are back with second half action from the multi-purpose sports complex in Roadtown on Tortola. This is the 2015 Caribbean Basketball Confederation Women's Championships. We're back in a few minutes. In 29-18, it's an 11-point advantage for Jamaica now.
Talia Neves missed that shot for BVI in the one end. Did not get back. Jamaica had the advantage.
And the Jamaica bench and the fans to the far end of the court behind the end line making lots of noise, chanting for defense, and they get it. Now a foul as Tarita Gordon goes up for the layup. See who they give it to. The foul is going to be on number 8, Tefera Phillip.
BVI's got to be very careful here, Craig. He hasn't scored yet to start this third quarter. They don't want to let this Jamaica team extend that lead too far.
Yeah, we talked about that right before the half started. If Jamaica comes out hot, does that sink BVI? Well, we're seeing Jamaica come out hot on a 4-0 run and trying to extend. Make it 5 as Tarita Gordon hits the free throw. At what point does Brian Bruley take time out to try to stop the bleeding a little bit?
Well, he just made a surprising sub as he took both Phillips sisters out of the game. I personally think you have to have at least one of them in the game at all times. He has a very, very young team on the floor right now. Let's see if they can bring some of that energy that they had in the first half.
13-point lead as Gordon hits both free throws. 31-18, 8:05 to play, third quarter. Joy Victor to Fahey. Spin move, loses the handle. 5 on the clock. Back out to Fahey.
And one 14 years old on the floor. The youngest player on this Jamaican team is 24 years old.
Wow.
This BVI team got a bright future ahead of them.
Yeah, the more minutes these kids log, the better off they're going to be.
And they can only get better.
Jennings hits the first free throw. Second one bounces around and out. And you look at Shaliqua Fahey. She's 14 years old and she's averaging 6.5 points and 4 rebounds a game. That's not too bad for a 14-year-old. That's not too bad for a 24-year-old. Only 1 of 3 free throws for Jennings, and Jamaica running the other way. Now Jamaica gets the offense set up. Johnson over to Gordon. Now inside to Jennifer George with the left hand and in. 35-19.
And just like I said, all of Jamaica's shots so far for this third quarter has been in the paint. It's clearly that the coach is trying to force the issue down in the post.
A 10-1 run by Jamaica to start off this third quarter. Jennings, a three-pointer, airmails that one, and that's going to be Jamaica ball. Now Zandria Dell checking in for whom? Tarita Gordon.
Surprisingly, Coach Bruley hasn't taken the timeout yet.
Well, he can't wait too much longer. The lead is now 16. Nice feed from Smith to Gordon inside. She goes up and she traveled. She was in among 3 BVI defenders and left her feet briefly, and a good get by the officials.
Again, it's clear and obvious by Coach Eatman that he plans to poke the ball down in the post. He wants it in there to Big George.
Malone on the left wing to Jennings. 10 to shoot. Now a little bit of a weave, and a floater from the right elbow is no good. Rebound George. Smith bringing it up left side. Now George slings it into the corner. Long jumper. Tipped by Johnson. Taken by Johnson. What an effort by Johnson. In among 3. Make it 4 BVI rebounders. Danielle Johnson comes out of there. And and they called a jump ball, and so the possession arrow stays with Jamaica. George, offensive foul.
It's a good call by the
Cleared out.
official as George tried to hook the smaller defender.
And I was screened by the other official, so I couldn't quite see, but I assume that's what happened. Now Joey Victor back in for BVI, one of the 16-year-olds you mentioned.
I'm wondering if Coach Bruley have already conceded this win, as Tamara Phillips and Tafara Phillips spending a lot of time on the BVI bench.
Maybe he's trying to let his younger players figure it out under fire. Dell into the front court. Goes around the double screen, kicks it into the corner. Now the lob pass to Shanika Smith. She drives, steps back. Her jumper rattles out.
Jamaica players just seem a little step quicker to the ball in the second half.
And you have to wonder if that's a function of BVI finally wearing down a little bit, especially wearing down under this run by Jamaica to start off the second half. Now Malone. And BVI just about turns it over. Victor has it, 4 to shoot. She drives, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. She ran into the teeth of the Jamaica defense and could not do anything with the ball. Never did get a shot up as Larita Gordon checks back in. Shanika Smith having a rest, a well-deserved, well-earned rest.
Remember, this BVI team was feeding off of the crowd. Jamaica has done a good job in the second half keeping the crowd out of this game.
The crowd is out of the game, as are the Phillips sisters. Larita's shot, no good. Now Fahey gets pushed. And if that's what Brian Bruley is doing, it's not necessarily a bad thing. He's leaving his young players out there on the floor to kind of get tested, to figure it out under fire, and to compete when things are going against you while your veterans are on the floor. Not only that, BVI, they're going to be playing in one of the early games tomorrow in the classification round, so he may be saving his veterans for tomorrow a little bit.
Yeah, when you have two players that's 14, another one 16, another one 18, playing their first competition in FIBA, as I said, they can only get better.
Now the long jumper by Tarita Gordon misses everything, goes out of bounds. It'll be BVI ball. And that's maybe a situation, too, where the bodies of a 14 and 16-year-old, they don't quite have the miles and the aches and pains that the 26-year-olds do, and maybe you can just run them forever in a game like this.
Definitely have a little more energy when you're younger. Take you a faster, quicker time to heal. So
and
good
it's
experience for the younger players.
And even though this is international play, you're really kind of teaching them to be professional about how they do it. They're down by a lot right now. Things aren't going their way, but you're teaching them to kind of take a professional approach that you have to play every possession as hard as you can.
Well, it's clear that this is the future of the BVI team. And it's showing it.
Now Larita Gordon picks the pocket of BVI. Now Zandria Dell to Byfield, and she hits. 39-19. A 14-1 run for Jamaica to open this second half.
Still no timeout from Coach Bruley.
And that must be intentional. He's got to be sending a message to his team to figure out how to fight their way through this when you're young. And now the bigs back in for Jamaica, Shanika Smith and Jennifer George. Not a long rest for Shanika Smith. A 20-point lead for Jamaica at 39-19. We're back in a minute from the Multipurpose Sports Complex in Roadtown. Welcome back to the final game of the preliminary round of the 2015 Women's Caribbean Basketball Confederation Championships. Craig Fada, Calvert White. Glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from around the Caribbean and around the world on Tortola2015.com. Three ball on the way is no good. A 14-1 run to open up this second half for Jamaica. George goes up. Her shot is blocked, but a foul called. Did they call it on Fahey? No, they did not. They called it on number 9, Joyanne Thomas.
Jennifer George smiling as she got away with the travel, and I think she realized that she did.
Free throw is good. It's 40-14. Second free throw, no.
Table telling Tarita Gordon she wasn't allowed to go in the game. I don't think she was set in that chair yet.
Now Larita from inside the free throw line. That's good. 42-19, minute 35 to play third quarter.
And Jamaica pouring it on this BVI team, as they haven't scored a field goal in the second half.
Yeah, they've only got one free throw. Three-point attempt by Malone is no good.
And
Shanika,
still
right
no
wing.
Tamara and Tafara Phillips.
Yeah. Beautiful ball movement by the Jamaicans results in an easy bucket for Danielle Johnson. 44-19, inside of a minute to play in this third quarter. And as you said, BVI has not scored a field goal in this third quarter. Now Jamaica denying the pass into the post, and they're running the other way. George top of the key to Shanika Smith. They're playing for one, or rather two. Now Zandria Dell, nice ball movement. Dell hits the open jumper. 46-19. 10 to play in the quarter. Shot clock is off. Victor driving. Flips one up off the glass. That won't go. Rebound to Shanika Smith. And the British Virgin Islands failed to score a field goal in that third quarter as Jamaica takes a commanding 46-19 lead. We're back with fourth quarter action in 2 minutes. Welcome back to the multi-sports complex in Roadtown on Tortola. Calvert White, I'm Craig Fada, bringing you all the action for the men's and women's tournament. The men get underway Monday. Cal, we talked briefly before we came back as the three-point attempt misses badly, that Coach Brian Bruley maybe kind of waved the white flag here in this one in that third quarter when Jamaica came out in that third quarter and exploded out of the gate.
I think Coach Bruley is looking to see what his young players are made of. If they're going to be any kind of contenders in this CARICOM region, these are the players that's on the floor right now that's going to be able to have to do it. Tamara Phillips already resting or nursing a sore Achilles. I think she's done for the night as I look down and she's got her shooting shirt back on.
I know another three missed by BVI, and they can't just keep chucking up threes because then it could get really ugly.
BVI making history with their first female national team. I can almost guarantee you if they don't score a field goal in this last quarter, that also will be a first in FIBA. 2 quarters without a field goal.
George out to Gordon, back into Johnson. Beautiful ball movement again by the Jamaicans as Gordon finds Danielle Johnson underneath, and it's 50-19. The run is 25-1 in the second half. .10 to play, fourth quarter. I'm sure the FIBA folks are already figuring what all the schedules for tomorrow are going to be.
As it stands right now, the U.S. Virgin Islands will be playing Jamaica, and Bahamas playing? Is it Antigua?
I'd have to check my sheet.
I'm really looking forward to that Jamaica U.S. Virgin Islands game tomorrow. That's going to be a good one. Keep in mind, in this same tournament, 2014 last year, it was Jamaica beating the Virgin Islands by 3 points. A month later, the U.S. Virgin Islands played that same Jamaica team in Mexico, and they beat them. So the series is now 1-1. So that's going to be a good game tomorrow.
Timeout on the floor. We'll step away as well. Fourth quarter action here in Rotown. Been an exciting tournament so far, and we're just really getting to the good stuff tomorrow. The classification round. We are in the final game of preliminary action. .7:34 to play, fourth quarter. The Jamaicans outscoring the British Virgin Islanders thus far in the second half, 27-1. Have to look back at the play-by-play recap on the computer at the end of the second quarter to see what that run was. Now BVI finally scores a field goal with 7:27 to play. That was Joy Victor. Danielle Johnson pulls the rebound down in among the trees and gets fouled. She'll go to the line.
Interesting fact, I'm looking at the sheet, and Tafara Phillip is listed as the center for this British Virgin Islands team, and she does the majority of the ball handling.
Yeah, we saw Bianca Bruley go down, the only true point guard. I guess Jennings is a bit of a point guard, but we saw Bianca Bruley go down yesterday with that ankle injury. Now BVI with the steal. Victor, the scoop, and the miss. Shanika Smith, the rebound.
Look how poised Shanika Smith is. Look how in control she is. Setting the team up.
Nice feed inside to Byfield. Byfield tried to make the unselfish play to Danielle Johnson, but it goes off of a BVI player, and BVI comes away with it. And now a nice move into the lane by Shaliqua Fahey. And after BVI scores 2 field goals, the Jamaican coach wants a timeout. I've had enough of this, he says. We're back in a minute in Rotown. 6.5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter here at the Multipurpose Sports Complex in Road Town on Tortola. The final game of preliminary round action. And BVI played this one close in the first half, and then Jamaica exploded in the third quarter, holding BVI to 1 point, outscoring BVI 21-1. They've kept up the pressure here in this fourth quarter. Jamaica hitting, that's Andrea Dell as the shot clock expires. 54-23. Fahey to Keith Reese-Smith. Two of the younger players, and now a three on the way. Missed. Michelle Smith missed that three-pointer, but she really hustled back. Yeah. Byfield to Shanika Smith to Larita Gordon. She drives, hangs, and draws the foul. Foul's going to be on Keith Reese-Smith. First free throw by Larita Gordon, no good. Second one is in, and it is a 30-point lead at 55-25. 5 minutes to play in the game. To find out tomorrow's schedule, once this game goes final, figure out who is playing who and when, you can go to tortola2015.com and click on the schedule page, and that will have the classification round schedule. Dell bumped, but no call. Now LaDonna Lamont throws it inside, and somehow that ball went in. I didn't quite see what happened there. I was screened a little bit by Timothy Eatman, but I think Jamaica just got a lucky bucket there. Now a three on the way. Air ball by BVI. Zandria Dell getting instruction from Timothy Eatman. Now the lob inside to Byfield. She hangs. Ball rolls off the right side, but the rebound by Danielle Johnson. Now Tarita Gordon from the free throw line. Off the back iron, no. Johnson with the putback, no. Jamaica ended up with it, but Danielle Johnson, I think, went over the end line when she had the ball. And so it's going to be BVI ball.
Johnson's like a magnet to that ball. Wherever that ball is at, she's heading that direction.
Fahey for three with 4 on the clock. No good. Rebound to Danielle Johnson. Now the pass tipped by Fahey and stolen by the BVI. Fahey from the corner, 3 ball on the way. That rolls around and in. Nice shot by Shaliqua Fahey.
I was starting to wonder if the coach was telling the BVI players to work on their 3-point shots. as it seems to be that's the only shot they was putting up.
57-28, 2:49 to play. Short jumper in the lane is good. I believe that was Danielle Johnson. The Jamaican team up 31, still screaming for defense.
Play till the whistle has sound.
Zandria Dell ahead to Loretta Gordon. 15 to shoot, 2:15 to play. Dell hounded nicely by Derriere Malone. And now LaDonna Lamont with a jump shot from the free throw line won't go. Byfield, she can't connect. And now Lamont gets the rebound underneath and she gets fouled. I believe that's going to be on Michelle Smith.
Malone being very aggressive on defense. These FIBA officials letting them play.
Well, and I think the BVI coaches are saying, you know, you're auditioning. You're auditioning for whether you're going to be on this national team going forward. Minute 56 to play. I believe a timeout was called. I don't see a time. There it goes on the clock counting down. We're back in a minute for the final 2 minutes of play here in Roadtown. One minute, 56 seconds to play at the Multipurpose Sports Complex in Roadtown. Craig Fada, Cal White, glad you could be with us wherever you're tuning in from around the Caribbean and around the world for the CBC 2015 Women's Championship.
Craig, before we went to the break, you was talking about the BVI players auditioning. I was told about 25 players came out when they initially decided to have a team. Coach Bruley told me on the first day that was cut by 10 players that they couldn't deal with the condition of the run-in.
And now another missed three by BVI and a shot clock violation. Well, and that'll be good experience for those players who want to come back and try out again. They are going to know what it takes to even be considered for the team. I've seen that in some pro tryouts as well. Guys who play rec ball think that they can come and play at the minor league level in the U.S., and after 10 minutes, they're thrown up into a garbage can. Loretta Gordon misses. LaDonna Lamont couldn't finish, but Jamaica gets it back. 5 to shoot. Loretta Gordon, little step aside jump shot, nicely done by Loretta Gordon, and it's 61-28.
Referees definitely let him play. It's gotten a little physical here in the last couple minutes.
41 seconds to play in the game as BVI, another air ball from beyond the arc. Dell to Danielle Johnson. She shoots it from just outside the right elbow, air ball. Some of the Jamaica players coaching from the bench.
Coach Eatman still coaching with 23 seconds left in the game. He's giving his players some instructions from the bench. .10 to play. Shot clock and game clock virtually identical.
Now the move. And stolen. That's how this one's going to end. An unbelievable second half by Jamaica. Final score 61-28. BVI scores 1 point in the third period, 9 in the fourth. Jamaica puts up 36 in the second half. They outscore BVI 36-10 in the second half. I know we were looking for BVI to really ride the energy of the crowd coming out, but once Jamaica kind of hit him in the mouth coming out of the locker room, BVI, I think, realized, at least the coaching staff, that, all right, let's live to fight another day.
Yeah, I think the coach pumped the brakes on his team real early in that third quarter, as he saw that he was no match for this Jamaican team.
So BVI has to regroup as they head to the qualification round tomorrow. Jamaica will be the top seed in its group. Jamaica finishes group play at 3-0, BVI at 1-2. So we will await to see what the seedings are. If any tiebreakers come into play, point differential for sure. And we'll see how it all shakes out. You can go to our website, Tortola2015.com, for all the game recaps, statistics, scores, and schedules for the remainder of this women's 2015 CBC tournament, as well as take a look at what's going to be taking place next week as the men take the court starting Monday here in Roadtown. For my partner, Calvert White, I'm Craig Fada saying